Well, good day to all of our internet friends and family. T. Lamont Silver Sr. here. Everyone calls me T. Lamont. And my gosh, that woman, she swept me off my feet almost. Well, actually, it's been over 20 years ago. She swept me off my feet. Karen Silver, she's given me three adorable children, T. Lamont Jr., Joshua, and my little touch of heaven Eliana. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I want to do this video. This is going to be in a series of videos. As we'll be talking, if you don't know, we've been in the home business industry 19 years, now going on 20 years. We've been able to develop three seven-figure business interests up to this point. And over the last couple of years, what has really captured our fancy is this whole revenue sharing model. Many of you are familiar with companies that run or have run a revenue sharing model. And the beautiful part of a revenue sharing compensation model is the company is going to share, in many cases, up to 50% of its daily commissionable revenue, and is going to put that into a pool, and then all qualified affiliates, even if you're not a great recruiter or great sponsor, share in a pro rata share of that pool. Now, the reason I want to do a series of videos is because there's going to be a company that's going to be launching here soon that I believe is going to break the mold. Now, there's nothing new under the sun. There's nothing new under the sun. And so we've got some predecessors, obviously, to thank for paving part of the way. But, you know, it's like this. Facebook was not the first generation of social media, was it? No. That was MySpace that was out there well before Facebook. But what Facebook did is it studied the MySpace model and said, hey, we think we can make some modifications and we can do it just as good, and then we can even do it better, so on and so forth. Now, I believe we're going to see an evolution, and we are seeing an evolution in the revenue sharing model. Initially, when the revenue sharing model came along, it was about affiliates purchasing bids. Well, actually, before that, when the revenue model first started, it was about, at least from what I saw, affiliates purchasing advertising packages. And then they would watch a certain amount of ads each day. And based on the advertising package purchase, they would earn credits or points or units or what have you. And then as they would watch a certain amount of ads each day, then they would be able to participate in that company's revenue sharing model, however that company paid it out, whether it was daily or weekly or what have you. Then we saw the revenue sharing model go into the unique bid auction space. Primarily the penny auction space. And the penny auction model is an extremely profitable model. So we saw some companies that used the penny auction model as the core product and then they put a revenue sharing model on top of that from a compensation standpoint. And boy, did we see a wave in the industry. Now what we've seen is we're seeing an evolution of that. We're seeing companies that may have a penny auction or some type of auction tied to it, but we're seeing them further developing a product line. Maybe there's travel in the product line. Maybe there is some type of mall. Maybe that company has some of its own products, or they're leveraging some other manufacturer's products. Maybe even like a rebate mall. And so we're seeing that evolution taking place in this industry. Well, what I want to do is I want to just share with you about a company that is in, so far it hadn't even started the pre-launch, pre-registration process. It will begin that process very, very soon. By the time you see this video, it may have already begun the process. So what I want you to do is I want you to stay tuned. I want you to subscribe to this channel, and I want you to go on and give a thumbs up, all right? And get your teammates. And it doesn't matter. Some of you are already in the revenue sharing space. Some of you are in the traditional MLM space, and you've kind of looked at the revenue sharing space, but you haven't, engaged. And I know that many of you, that that's your story. You were saying, "Oh my gosh, I saw what happened with that company that started with a Z." And boy, I know they ran into a couple of difficulties, but boy, I wish I heard someone talking about it. I got emails on it, and I didn't execute Well, ladies and gentlemen, you want to execute, okay? Now, I will tell you, for those of you who are concerned about some regulatory issues that that particular company ran into, well, I have a lot of knowledge about what happened. I've spoken with consultants and attorneys. I was once a part owner of a network marketing company, so I've got some contacts. And so you don't throw out the baby with the bathwater. What you do is you learn. What you do is you learn. And we're seeing companies now in that revenue sharing space that are learning from the challenges that that company ran into. And some of them have even backed up and punted. Some of them started off with a revenue sharing model, let's say dealing with auctions, and then they backed up and they said, wait a minute, let's add some more products and some more services to this, because regulators, it's still kind of unclear how regulators view the penny auction model. So we better be safe than sorry. We've seen other companies that basically just backed up and punted. And there's nothing wrong with backing up and punting. That's part of the entrepreneurial process of success. All right, so what I want you to do is I want you to subscribe to this channel, because I'm going to be sharing over the coming days and weeks whether this company is in a pre-launch, pre-registration, or pre-launch, or then ultimately launches. I'm going to be sharing nuggets as I know them and understand them about this company and why you should employ this model. Add it to your tool belt of income streams. We love each and every one of you. Let's change the world together, starting with yours.